You're watching Rogers TV.
Hello and welcome to Rogers TV Community News. I'm Carla Fitzsimmons. The Ontario Provincial Police have released video of a near-fatal incident involving one of its officers. It happened on November 2nd while investigating the scene of a school bus crash on the 401 that claimed the life of a 52-year-old Kitchener man.
Hi everybody, before I begin, I just want to preface this video with the fact it's not meant to shock you. It's meant to show you the dangers that our officers face each and every day they put this uniform on. A fatal crash, a closed highway, and a reckless driver who turned a tragedy into a near catastrophe. On Sunday, November 2nd, while officers investigated a deadly school bus collision in Middlesex County on Highway 401, a driver made a shocking and dangerous move, racing through the closed scene at high speed, ignoring all warnings. They collided with police equipment, and they missed hitting an officer by mere inches. This wasn't just reckless, this was extremely dangerous, where an officer nearly lost their life. And it didn't stop there. Another motorist tried to force their way through, striking a barrier. These closures are not suggestions. They're lifelines for first responders and the public. The roadways are closed for a reason. The OPP is continuing to investigate, and if you witness these events and have dash cam footage, please have the courage to come forward. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the Middlesex County OPP at 1-888-310-1122 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. Respect road closures and protect lives. To everybody affected by this tragedy, you are all in our thoughts, and I'd also like to send out our sincerest and deepest condolences to all family members and friends of the deceased. I'm Sergeant Ed Sanchuk with West Region OPP Headquarters. Please make sure you take care, you stay safe, get home safe to your families, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
The search for Eli Wood continues. Friends and family have been sharing posts on social media in hopes of finding them. A GoFundMe page has been set up by former classmates from Mount Allison University to cover the costs of Wood's parents traveling from Nova Scotia to Kitchener to continue in the search. Meanwhile, the investigation into their disappearance has police suspecting foul play. 25-year-old Eli Wood has been missing since October 19th after a house fire at 25 Major Street in Kitchener. Fire crews extinguished the fire, but it caused significant damage to the property. The incident is being investigated as an arson. The house has been fenced off, and it appears restoration work has begun. Investigators have not been able to locate Eli, who lived in the rear unit of the residence. Now police believe foul play is suspected in Eli's disappearance.
At this time, the investigators have now formed enough grounds to believe that there was foul play on the disappearance of Eli. This is why it's so important that we're asking for members of the community to continue to bring in information and assist us in anything that they may have.
Police are not saying what led them to suspect foul play.
Right now, this is a very isolated incident, and the investigators are still gathering information. And unfortunately, because of the sensitivity and to maintain the integrity of the investigation, we need to keep a lot of those details within the service.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
So there is the element of the fire itself, which is being treated as an arson, and because of that, we do work closely with the fire marshal and for Kitchener Fire, but we are still investigating the missing person element of it as well. So we are doing two investigations simultaneously. We are still outreaching to the public for any information to please contact us immediately.
With a record-setting snowfall hitting Waterloo Region on Sunday, those looking for a warm place to seek shelter are able to do that. The Warming Center at 298 Lawrence Avenue in Kitchener opened its doors earlier this month.
I think the staff teams who created this space really went about it to create a welcoming place that's not clinical, it's not prescribed, it's not for any one person. It's for any human being who just wants to feel warm and welcome, and supported and just relaxing for a quick moment. And there's nothing, there's nothing directive. I think we're breaking down barriers in terms of how we relate to a population that's at risk, where we can sit down and just have a comfortable conversation if they want to, or they can just grab a cup of soup and watch a movie with a friend.
One of our biggest changes is our move to cots. So last year we actually tried out a variety of different options and weren't super happy with the end results of any of them. So we've gone with cots this year, which I'm super excited about. It's almost like a metaphor for like in the act of physically lifting somebody up, it allows us the opportunity to like mentally and emotionally uplift them as well. This room here, historically this had been used as storage, and so we've created, really kind of multi-purpose combination of storage of guest belongings in tangent with, we're calling it our calming space. Rather than referring to our service users as clients, we are referring to them as guests. And so the idea behind that is that we're inviting them into our home as guests, and so to retain that kind of level of hospitality and promoting autonomy throughout the entire their entire stay with us here. Thresholds has been around, I think, a lot longer than what people realize, and have really been able to specialize in supporting individuals with mental health or substance use concerns. And what's been really cool is watching the diversity, the amount that they have grown in the services that they do offer over the last number of years. And so we've seen this shift from group home spaces to being inclusive of endeavors like the Warming Center, like transitional housing, and there's just some momentum. Like we're just continually building and looking for the next area that we can endeavor to support individuals.
Access to youth wellness supports has expanded in the city of Cambridge. The Youth Wellness Hub at Langs Community Health Centre has opened its doors as part of a province-wide initiative to provide mental health services and other wellness supports to youth ages 12 to 25.
And we continue to take action to build a connected and convenient system of care that meets the needs of youth and their families. Through our Roadmap to Wellness, we are investing $3.8 billion over 10 years to fill gaps in mental health and addiction care, create new services, and expand programs. Between 2020 and 2023, we have established a provincial network of 22 youth wellness hubs that are currently operating or in development. And building on that success, thank you. And building on that success, we are adding 10 new youth wellness hubs across the province, including right here in Cambridge, where today we are celebrating the grand opening of this new youth wellness hub. The Youth Wellness Hub was co-designed by Langs Community Healthcare Centre in collaboration with Cambridge Youth Advisory Council to ensure the space and services reflect the needs of the community. It will offer free walk-in services for youth aged 12 to 25, including mental health and substance use support, primary care, social service, peer support, and skill-building programs. Recent renovations will expand programs and services, including an expanded kitchen space for food and nutrition programs, a nurse practitioner's office, and improved group areas to foster greater youth engagement. And there are over, thank you. And there are over more than 25 community partners co-located to offer a range of health and social service programs under one roof.
The Kitchener Rangers former coach and general manager Pete DeBoer was honored ahead of Friday night's game.
Peter DeBoer.
He becomes the first to join the Rangers level of legacy.
It's a rare opportunity to look back and spend time in the greatest hockey rink in North America with the greatest fans in junior hockey. I only get to do this once. I'm not going to do it normal like everyone else. I'm not going to thank a bunch of people. I thanked a lot of people behind the scenes. The person I am going to thank is the players. We had a lot of players come through here that bled blue and red and white for you guys, and they did it because you guys showed up every Friday night, the Ranger Nation, and they wanted to. Well, thank you. What I am going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to relive the best moment of my hockey career, coaching career, 2003 Memorial Cup, Quebec City, Colisée. The clock's ticking down, and the Ranger Nation absolutely took that building over with ole, 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 ole. Love you guys.
This auditorium has changed a lot since you've been here. Obviously, there's more seats, media, the team facilities are different. But if you look to your right there, Pete, that is still your bench. And that's exactly the same bench. So when you look where you stood for so long and you're just a few feet away from it, what do you feel right now?
You know, it's hard to believe. You know, it's so long ago, but when I look over there, I feel like it was just yesterday too. So it was awesome, just awesome to be back. It's awesome to see all the old friends. Steve Spott, you know, drove through 2.5 hours of traffic. He's playing in Toronto tomorrow night to get here tonight. You know, I got all kinds of people. So just a magical night that will live in my memory forever.
I don't know if this is a difficult or easy question for you, but if you know somebody whose son maybe or grandson is drafted to come here to Kitchener, how can you explain to them what it means to be a Kitchener Ranger?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think you have to experience it. If someone told me what it was like to work here for 7 years and live in the community, they wouldn't have done it justice. You have to experience it. You have to realize how the Rangers' blood goes through the entire community wherever you go. The importance and the ownership players have in the community to uphold certain standards because it's a community-owned team. I mean, it's the whole experience. And then coming here on a Friday night in the Ranger Nation, you know, as bringing the energy that they bring every time they pack this rink, you have to experience it.
Sean Fafaro has highlights from Sunday afternoon's game at the Odd.
Sunday afternoon, it would be the Kingston Frontenacs at the Odd for the annual Remembrance Day game. As they do each year, the Rangers would be wearing commemorative jerseys. This year, it's no exception. Beautiful jerseys once again. Would the Kingston Frontenacs be able to snap a 6-game losing streak? Let's find out. In the first period, they would get on the board first. It's Tyler Hopkins at the 5:29 mark after some point-to-point passing. Hopkins picks up his 7th goal of the year, and the Frontenacs are up 1-0. The Rangers would answer back late in the period. A great 2-on-1 here. Matthias Stark serves it up on a platter for Alexander Bilecki, and we are tied 1-1. But only 25 seconds later, the Kingston Frontenacs would answer back. Captain Jacob Battaglia picks up his 8th goal of the year. That's at the 17:35 mark. At the end of one period of play, Frontenacs are up 2-1. Only one goal in the second period. It's Matthew Frost turning and firing at the 2:40 mark. The Frontenacs are up 3-1 into the waning minutes of the game. Third period, under 2 minutes left to play. The net is empty. Christian Humphreys down to Luke Ellenis in the corner. He fires in front. We thought that might have been tipped in by Cameron Arquette, but they give the goal to Luke Ellenis for his first of the year in his second game back with the Kitchener Rangers. It is not enough as the Kingston Frontenacs snap their 6-game losing streak and win 3-2.
Thanks for watching this edition of Rogers TV Community News. I'm Carla Fitzsimmons, and I'll see you again on Friday.